Yes, people, what we're saying, I hope we're keeping good. Happy Friday and welcome back to the YouTube. So, we are a week on from the photo shoot, which has flew round. It's been a mega busy week, very, very rewarding indeed. Plenty going on. So today I'm going to run you through a little bit of a day in the life almost. I am going up to Ultraflex and I am going to be training with a client. Shout out Leigh. So Leigh is a good friend of mine and he's been on with me for coming up about 14, 15 weeks thereabouts. And we've been dieting him down, getting him lean enough, and we're going to be going up there, putting him through a bit of a pump workout, and getting in the posing room, hopefully at Ultraflex, and getting some good pictures, and having a bit of a testimonial as well with him. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. This is the best shape Leigh's ever been in, so fair play to him. I think when you first get lean, you're looking at yourself as you're coming down in body weight and you're like, oh, I'm looking pretty lean. I probably don't have much to go, but having someone experienced in your corner like myself who's like, nah, mate, we need to get even leaner. We need to push you further. And, that is definitely what we've been able to do. We've been able to take him through the gears, take him through the levels. And every time you go through those levels, you know that there's a new version that you can unlock and a better version. It's been challenging at times for him, without a shadow of a doubt. He's definitely found it difficult. He's found the hunger difficult. He lives a super busy life. He's a family man. He's got a lot of stress going on with a house renovation. But I always say there's never a right time to make a start on something like this. There will always be shit popping off and shit going on. And if you can deal with that and you can still demonstrate that resiliency and that self-discipline and that sharpening of the mind to not cave in and give in to weakness, that is where the secret is. That is where the source is. It's all good and well having the best plan, the best diet, the best training regime, but it ultimately comes down to what's going on in here and how you can be accountable to something, how you can have someone in your corner who is going to guide you through a process and take away that guesswork, and that is absolutely crucial. So yeah, buzzing with where he is. He'll be checking in with me this morning. Going to give him a little bit of an idea of what I want him to eat and consume. We did a bit of a water load last night, utilised some vitamin C, just to hopefully try and dry things out a little bit. And like I say, we will just go up to Ultraflex and it'll just be a short, sharp, 30 to 40 minute pump workout, driving some blood into the areas that we want to drive blood into the areas for, and then getting in the posing room and getting some pictures and some good lighting, so that before and after is looking absolutely 10-10. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. Going to come back this afternoon and then me and Sam are going to head up to the Metro Centre. She wants to have a look in Zara and a couple of the other shops, which is absolutely sound. Very much looking forward to a little ride out, giving back to her, filling up my cup a little bit. I think that's one thing that I'm definitely trying to do as I get busier, as clients start to come on board, trying to make sure that I still separate my time. I'm not just constantly bogged down with work. I'm able to just switch off a little bit, and I'm able to be like, right, if I'm going up there for a couple of hours, that's my focus. Any messages that come through will get responded to when I get back. We pride ourselves on really good solid response times, and quite often me and Sam are the same. We think instantaneous. As soon as we see a message come through, it's like, I want to reply to that, I want to reply to that. Now, if you're doing that all day, every day, all you're doing is just spending time replying to messages. So, we do try and break that up a little bit, where we'll leave a little bit of a gap. No client will ever wait longer than 3 hours for a reply, realistically, which is still super responsive. I hear these stories of coaches, like, people paying hundreds of pounds a month for coaches and not getting a response for like 2-3 days, and it being very generic. And yeah, that's just not a vibe. In my opinion, you should be getting a reply same day without a shadow of a doubt. Like I say, we do have a cut-off time on an evening. Anything that comes through after 7 p.m, 7:30 p.m, we tend to respond to the following day. But if it's urgent, we'll pick it up, and we'll always make sure that our clients have a response same day if they message us through the day. And I think that is just like a minimum standard for us. So yeah, I'll probably show you, a little bit of I've got a client set up to be cracking on with now, actually. So I'm going to be setting up a new client, sending over his onboarding video. He fills out the form. I build out the plan accordingly based on what it is that he needs in terms of his training and his nutrition. And then I send him over a detailed Loom video breaking that all down in detail, so he's got everything that he needs to get the ball rolling and be super successful from the get-go. We'll get out and do some morning steps. I tend to get up 5:30, 6 a.m. So this morning I've got up, done a little bit of journaling, wrote down some thoughts and, where I'm heading, where I'm going. I think that's really good for me, clarity of the mind. And then I'm reading this book at the minute by Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil. So it's a good book talking about the secrets to freedom and success. It was written about 100 years ago. He was a very, what was he? 2 seconds. Yeah, he was an American author and entrepreneur, best known for Think and Grow Rich, which was published in 1937. So obviously this guy he passed away in 1970. So the book is old, but there's like a foreword from someone who modernizes some of the areas of it. But it's essentially, going into talking about fear and how fear is often a man-made tool, and how to be able to overcome that for you to be your most successful self. So yeah, it's a good little read. Try and do about 10 to 15 pages a day. Don't try and commit to any more than that, but I am trying to get in a habit of a groove of reading consistently. So yeah, definitely feeling the benefits of that. I think, from a vocabulary perspective and just overall mindset, that is the books that I enjoy reading about the mind. How can we be more resilient? I'm not really a fiction fan. Sam likes to read a lot of fiction. She's into that Colleen Hoover, so she likes to sit and read, a lot of fiction, but it's just not up my street at all. I do like the more non-fiction stuff and the more sort of self-help side of things. So yeah, pretty long intro, so if you've made it to the end, appreciate it, and I'll be in touch soon. So, on the way down to Ultraflex in Durham, now, or on the way up should I say, it's north, up the A1, so dropping Sam off at Acliff 1 Gym, which is our usual residency, but when I'm going up there with clients, they can be a little bit funny in 1 gym, so I'd rather go up to Ultraflex and go through a workout. So meal 1 went in, had my oats, my banana, my dark chocolate and my whey about half an hour ago, and then I'm going to be getting up to the Ultraflex in Durham for 10:30. Leigh sent me over his visuals this morning and he's looking spot on, so I've given him a little bit of a carb up protocol, nothing major. He wasn't massively depleted, so just give him some rice cakes and some jam, just some carbs and some fast acting sugars, which are going to help us get a pump. Like I say, really pump him up for 35-40 minutes, and then jump in the posing room and get some visuals at that point. So yeah, I'll show you some of the session. You'll hear from Leigh as well. Yeah, looking forward to it. Speak soon. So in the gym now, got our Leigh in, ready to go. Little warm up on the walking machine, and then like I said in the car, just a nice, quick, fast pump workout. Just going to drive loads of blood in, short rest periods. He's got a little bit of a dodgy hand, so we just have to be wary of the movements that we're doing. How's it feel in the hand?
Not the best at the minute, to be fair.
Yeah.
So,
try and get some flies in, a little bit of light pressing in, anything that's not going to aggravate him and cause him any pain, just going to allow us to drive plenty of blood into the muscle. Like I say, half an hour, 40 minutes is all we need. Fill him up nicely, no waffling on, just moving quickly between things, and then straight in the posing room we'll have a little look over him, see how he's looking. Yeah, a little shoulder pump here. Just driving a bit of blood into the delts now, front raises. Just keep them going, mate. Feel the little burnies. There we go. Just one more, mate. One more and out daft. That'll do you, pal. That'll do you. Lovely stuff.
Like it, beauty.
been the biggest thing for you during the process, Leigh? What are you saying there about hunger?
Just like not being scared of being hungry. Like you're not going to die if there's a bit of hunger present. Like it's not the end of the world that you've had to wait a little bit before you start. Like I think if you wake up and then as soon as you start, you're constantly then looking for food.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just wait and then eat, it prolongs the process and just makes it easier for me.
Yeah, 100%.
What's that?
Hold doing that for 20 seconds and go again.
Yeah.
Straight in.
Yeah.
One more round with that and then straight upstairs. How you feeling?
Yeah. Getting pumped a bit there now.
Just jumping into a little bit of back work now. Nothing major. Just a seated row. Like I say, the majority of the workout has been spent working on the front, but we'll do a little row now, pump some blood into the back, also secondary hitting the biceps as well. Then we're going to do a quick bi-tri superset, and that should see us absolutely golden.
33.
Hold up to your mouth, like not proper close, but
Leigh, and I'm 33.
yeah, and what made you sign up with Transform?
Just didn't want to spend another year like I did the previous year. I wanted to hold myself accountable. Instead of just saying I was going to get in shape, actually do it, put it into motion and do it, get it done.
And what's been the biggest achievement for you through this process?
Just the fact that I've actually stuck it out for this 4 months here. Like I doubted myself at the start, if I'm honest with you. But there's ups and downs of everything, and I've sailed through it, and then glad I've seen it through at the end now.
Yeah, and how's James helped you through the process?
Well, he doesn't let you off the hook at all. He's doesn't mess about. Keeps you held accountable, and you have to check in every day. There's just no escaping it really. You've just got to face up every day and just turn up every day and just do what you do. That's it.
Yeah. And if someone was on the fence about signing up, what would you say?
100%. Best thing I've done. Signed up for 8 weeks. I've signed up for another 8 weeks, and I'm carrying on now. Like it's not even the fact. I'm not even looking at 8 weeks and that now. It's just going to continue it on now. Just investing in myself to feel like this is worth every penny.
Well, that was a great session with Leigh. Very much enjoyed it. I've posted a couple of little snippets. They were the other way because of the camera situation. Obviously, you need to have it turned to the side when you're filming on the YouTube, but on the straight when you need it for the Instagram. So all the fucking angles. But nah, absolutely loved it. Meant to see someone pushing themselves out the comfort zone, getting after it, not just fucking falling off as soon as shit gets a little bit hard. And that's what we're doing around here. We're crafting the mindset, craft the man. So back home now, shower, eat, and we'll see what's what. Peace. So just picked up a coffee at Durham Services. Just got a decaf with it being 5-3, you know, we're not that hard. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. But yeah, we're in some mad traffic things right now, as you can see. So yeah, just coming into the Metro Centre, we knew it was going to be pretty chocker, to be fair. But we're not in any rush to get anywhere. That's my mindset now. Rather than getting stressed, just chill, relax. Gonna pull up, have a bite to eat, and then we're gonna head in and do a little bit of shopping. Anything to add today, Sam?
No, nothing. I'm a man.
You're a man?
I'm a woman of little words.
You're a woman, a man of little words. Bit of a strange one there. Yeah, but sounds good. Yeah, we'll get in, have a bite to eat, have a mooch round. What are you wanting?
An outfit, because I'm going on my one night out a year in about 2 weeks for my friend's 30th. And then just some little basics from Zara.
One night out a year where she comes in at 10:30 tired with a cheeseburger, wanting water. Basically, that's as wild as it gets for her. No 4 a.m.s in Ziggy's eating chicken nugget and cheese wraps, no?
No, just day drinks for me now, these days.
Yeah, just day drinks. Day drinks, Secco only vibrations. So, back in the car now. Didn't film any of it when we were in there because we didn't do a massive amount really. Went to Primark for some socks. And then where did we go?
Zara.
Went to Zara.
Few.
And then Sam basically came for an outfit. She got full call and I got 4 t-shirts. Standard practice. I come downstairs in Zara. There she is, flustered, trying something on that didn't suit her at all. Basically,
I got a t-shirt.
You got a t-shirt and I ended up with 4 t-shirts basically. So, productive day for me.
Not so productive day for me.
Absolutely. Sitting down to our lovely tea now. We've got a nice bolognese, some garlic bread, some pasta, and some rocket and tomato salad. Smashed out of the park, Sam. Well done.
Thanks.
Very nice indeed. So pulled my meal 4 and my fats from meal 5. So banked about 640-ish calories, and this totals about 790, thereabouts. So a couple of hundred of surplus, but I'm not going to be too downhearted and downbeat about that. You know, I'm entitled to an off-plan meal, 1 per week, but it's just making sure it's not a free-for-all. So yeah, this is very much not that. It'll make me feel good, taste good. It means we can sit and have a bit of time together as well and enjoy each other's company while we devour this. So people, it is the following day. So yeah, yesterday was a great day. Very much enjoyed it. Just wanted to do a little bit of a wrap up. So if you made it this far, really do appreciate it. But yeah, we got up to Ultraflex in Durham. Like I say, I've shared some bits and bobs of my client Leigh. Pushed him it to my Instagram as well, just to show the before and after. And yeah, mindset shift has been absolutely huge. Like I put on the Instagram caption, you know, there was times where he wanted to give up. I had to call him. I had to say, look, mate, come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk it through. Let's find out, you know, how I can change things and how I can alter things. And that's how much I care. You know, I care a lot about my clients, their journey. Of course, Leigh's a friend as well as a client, but I treat all clients in the exact same way. You know, there's always a way. There's always things that we can do to, you know, adapt things, try and change things, but try and still hold each and every client to the highest possible standard. I think that is crucial. It is key. You know, you're here because you want to elevate your mindset. And, you know, I've got a saying, build the mindset, build the man. The plan can be easy. Anyone can go anywhere and get a plan, right? So why are more people not in shape? Why are more people now not in shape than ever before? It's because as soon as something goes wrong and stress heightens, the wheels fall off. And it's rinse, repeat, escapism, leaning into comfort. And that is where you need to be held to a high standard. But also, you know, as a coach, what can we do to make the process easier? Can we adjust food choices round? can we adjust chain and volume round or frequency or whatever it may be that is going to allow the client to fully adhere to what it is that we've got laid out to see the maximum amount of results. The people who build the best physiques are not necessarily the most talented, they're not necessarily the most disciplined, they haven't necessarily got the best genetics, but they've just spent long enough doing the basic shit. Okay, and this is just a game of whoever can eat the most amount of shit and do it for the longest amount of time is often going to be the one who builds the best physique, or builds a physique that's worth it's going to last based on what it is that they want to achieve. And you know, for me, that can be pushed over into business, into other endeavors as well. You've got to be prepared to commit for long periods of time to see the rewards and see the results, and you need to play the 6, 9, 12 month game rather than the 6, 9, 12 week game, which is often pushed on social media. You know, you'll be in shape in 6 weeks. Yeah, you can lose a bit of body fat in 6 weeks, but are you going to build a robust set of habits that are bulletproof, that are going to allow you to be able to sustain that result long term? I'm not quite sure. But I am taking on clients, so if you are interested in finding out a little bit more information as to how I can help, pop the link below. That'll take you straight to my inquiry form. Fill that out. I'll be in touch with a detailed video response as to how I would map that out and how I would look to help you. And then you've ultimately got a decision to make at that point. So absolutely zero pressure at all on that one. But yeah, if you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Speak to you soon. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.